Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a magic review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. My name's David. I'm your host. Got a really exciting week for you. Kind of a special week this week, right? Kind of a special week. So I thought let's do some special reviews. This week I'm going to review the entire new 2020 Tenyo magic line. Some of you are like, yay! And others of you are like, huh? What's Tenyo? Hey, let me educate you about Tenyo. Tenyo is a toy manufacturer based out in Tokyo, Japan. It was founded back in 1953. Tenyo specializes in jigsaw puzzles, games, and magic tricks because the name of the company actually comes from the founder's father, who was a magician. Now, every single year, Tenyo launches a very small line of tricks right around the holidays. And the Tenyo products have gained a worldwide following. And interestingly enough, a lot of magicians end up buying 2 full sets of Tenyo tricks. So they'll buy a full set to perform, and then they'll buy a full set to collect. Favorite tricks of the past include Billscape, Fortune Donut, Magical Door, Prison Box, and the Wandering Hole. Each trick comes in a peg hook box with a molded plastic liner, a full Tenyo magic catalog, and typed up Japanese instructions. Today, we're gonna look at 4D Cross from Toro Suzuki. And I thought I'd do something interesting, something a little bit fun with this magic review instead. We're gonna watch the trailer together, and I'm gonna do a voiceover narration and kind of give you a play-by-play of what is happening. Okay, so you get these 2 yellow sticks, and they're both hollow. They're very lightweight. You can see they have that little ball and chain hanging at the other end, and that little plastic key is very lightweight. Then you get this little plastic cross, and you can insert 1 yellow rod right through it, and I believe you can even show it. Right? You can show it to the spectator. They can see the yellow in there, so they know that it's solid, right? And then you have the other yellow rod. You can actually take that back from the spectator, and then now you can just kind of like wiggle it around, and boink, penetration right there. 1 solid object through another solid object. And notice you can spin it around. You can actually spin it around, show it from all sides. The spectator can see everything. Slide it back out. You're not going to hear any sounds or anything like that. There's no click or anything like that that happens. And again, you can look through it, see the yellow stick that had passed solid through solid. You can slide the black cross piece off, and you can also hand that out for examination if the spectator should want. There's also another way you can do this. You can actually take a borrowed item. So it could be a pencil, a pen, something out of a lady's purse, and do this again with the borrowed item. So the spectator could say, wow, you know, he took a pencil from me, or he took a pen off of my desk and did this. And that would also eliminate pocket space for you. You could just carry the yellow rod and the black plastic cross. Although at that point, you couldn't hand the yellow rod out for examination. Maybe you could casually, but I think your spectator might see some indicators how it was done. All right, so my format is always the same. I always ask the same exact questions, and those questions are, what is inside the box? What do you get? You order the box, you're gonna get the 2 yellow sticks, of course. You'll get the cross thingy, you'll get the tiny ball and chains, and the plastic keys, and the instructions, and that is it. If you'd like English instructions, there is a link on the Japanese instructions that'll take you out to the internet and give you access to a PDF that is roughly 3 pages long. Is it what I thought? Yes, it is what I thought, because I think the first thing I thought of was the Adams trick, the penetration frame where you stick a nail through the window and it goes through a card, right? I kind of thought it's got to be some sort of trick like that, and it kind of is. How are the angles? The angles on this are good and fine, and they should be great. However, there are 2 moments in the trick where you could flash, and that's something that you just need to be careful of. I think sometimes as magicians, we look down at the moment that the magic is happening, and we forget not only where our eyes went, but we also forget like what the spectator can see on their side. Sometimes we make it look good on our side and we're like, oh, that looks great. And then we forget that it doesn't look as good where the spectator is looking. So you have to be aware of where the whole art piece is pointing, but I don't think those angles are difficult to conceal. Can it be inspected? Out of the 3 objects, 2 of them can be inspected. All right, so what are the instructions like? Well, like I said, you get a 3-page PDF, and that's 3 pages, 3 sides. The English instructions are very clear. They give you everything you need to know. They're not hard to follow. They're not convoluted. They're not filled with broken English or things that you would be confused by. And there's plenty of really beautiful illustrations that'll take you through the entire thing. Is it well made? Like I said earlier, the rods are hollow, so they feel very lightweight. The keys are totally fake. They feel like little baby keys, like, you know, that you play with in baby set toys. The ball bearing chains are real chain, but it has a very lightweight, very plasticky, very kind of like Adam's magic feel to it, even though it is a better constructed, way better illusion. So how much practice is required? One of the things with Tenyo magic, and one of the things that the founder had wanted to instill ever since the very beginning, is that the tricks would always be accessible to the layman, that you didn't have to be a master magician to do any of these tricks. And I would say that is easily the case here. There's no sleights or hard things to do. Most of this is learning the mechanism. Now, even though I learned the secret, I was trying to do it without finishing reading the instructions. And that was bad. I should have read the instructions all the way through before attempting, but I'm kind of like a fast person. Like I'm like, oh, I want to get in there and touch it and play with it and move all the parts. Read the instructions all the way through, because in the instructions, they give you some clues, some key indicators that they have built into the system that'll help you do the trick easier. So you want to pick up on what those clues are so that when you're watching the trick from your end, you're able to perform it better. How much setup and reset is there? It resets itself. Pretty much once it comes back apart, it's ready to go again. Positives. All right, so what are the positives? This is very impossible looking. I mean, even when I watched the trailer the first time, I was like, wow, the imagery on that is crazy. Like, it looks like a stage effect brought down into your hands. Like if you were going to compare this against the penetration frame, like I was saying, you know, it's kind of like that. I'd much rather do this, right? Because I mean, it'd be even harder to carry the penetration frame in your pocket, but you could easily carry this all in your pocket. And I think it's a great trick for all ages. Like children would get this. You know, they would understand. Adults would get this. Negatives, the negatives for this, I would say, you know, it just doesn't look or feel like any objects in the real world. I typically try to keep my magic limited to items that look like real world things, like wallets, cards, coins, pens, rubber bands, things like that. Things that people would see and recognize. These items look like a magic trick. They look like something that you bought to perform as a magic trick. Is it worth your money? It is $22. $22 is a steal for what you're getting, and I can totally see why some magicians buy 2 because these turn into collectible items. So yeah, it's totally worth your money. Obviously, the people who would like this would be people that like to do close-up magic, people whose magic runs the gamut from, you know, young to old. Obviously, collectors of Tenyo would love this trick. All right, that's everything I can say about 4D Cross from Tenyo Magic. Of course, I want to thank the good people down at hocus-pocus.com for allowing me to have this so that I could do the review for you. And if you'd like to purchase these for yourself, you can find them at Hocus Pocus. Go down there, shop around, buy some, add these to cart, buy the whole collection, right? Buy the whole collection before they're sold out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.